Fans, the Skull Clown, here to talk about, well, as you can see from the title, the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and got them all right here, and I'm going to talk about briefs of them and talk about them as quickly as possible. I don't want this video to be too long, and it's all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. So here we go. Well, the first one is obviously a classic. No one's not going to deny that. The first one is just amazing, except for the ending. The ending looked terrible. Of him grabbing Nancy's mom. It looks hilarious to me, but the more I look at it, the more it looks terrible. But it's just hilariously bad, and it kind of does ruin the movie a little bit. But at the same time, if that's the only flaw in that movie, then I'm fine with it. This movie, the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie, is tremendous, freaking amazing, hands down, awesome. Robert Englund does a tremendous job as Freddy. You barely even fucking see the makeup. Terrific. Perfect. And every time you do see the makeup, you just want to stand back and be like, holy shit, you know? That is a born victim. The other Freddy movies, we'll get to that. So Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. A lot of people have mixed emotions about this. Other people say it's a gay movie. Other people say it's a rapist movie. What the fuck, guys? This is what I've heard. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with these people. But I actually enjoy Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Does it have some stuff that you'd be like, the main character's gay? Why does he have... Why... Because originally, the main character is supposed to be gay. And they got a gay actor to play a gay character. It's just confusing. I think two writers were writing it. I could be gone. But I think there was going to be a gay lead. And then I think they decided to not fuck with that because gay rights weren't, like, right now. If they made a movie about this, if they made a Nightmare on Elm Street 2 with a gay protagonist and everything, I think it would have been fine. But it was back then. This was the 80s. A lot of people didn't know what the fuck, how to feel about it, probably. Me, I would have been like, who cares? They're gay, they're gay. You know, if they want to be miserable like the rest of us, like a Family Guy, let them be. Exactly. You know, I have no problem with that. So I did a whole rant video on that before, so it doesn't matter. But I still enjoy Nightmare 2. Not as good as Nightmare 1, but some aspects of Nightmare 2 I actually like. So that's just me. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, hands down, had to review this with Skull Candy one day. Hands down, one of the best Nightmare on Elm Street movies ever made. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream Warriors. That's all. That's all you have to say. The video game of Nightmare on Elm Street was even fucking part of it, basically. It is just an amazing movie. It should have stopped after the third one, to be honest, because how can you end a better franchise than that? It was awesome. It brought Nancy back. It was creative with its dreams. It was just mind-boggling. And these people, some of these, only 2 characters come back from the freaking first one. Well, from the third one to the fourth one. And then they get killed off. What was the point of their living? To be killed off in the fourth one? Terrific. To me, I could have seen all these characters in the third one come back for the fourth one, to be honest. Alice didn't have to be there. Don't get me wrong. The fourth one, I mean, I love all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, but there are some that I'd be like, oh, okay, you know? This one, good. This one, alright. This one, fucking awesome. This one, I like it a little bit too much. Now, there's this one, the third one is just fucking amazing. The fourth one is just, a lot of people didn't like the fourth one. I don't know why. It showed more of the backstory on Freddy. Well, actually, no, the Dream Child mostly does that. But, I still like this movie as the fact that the main character is Alice. Alice in Wonderland. He literally, Robert Englund literally says, welcome to Wonderland, Alice. I just love this movie. I love Part 4. And to me, Part 4 is a guilty pleasure. I don't think it's a bad movie. Most people think it is. That's fine. I think Freddy's Dead is a bad movie. And compared to the other movies, they look fucking phenomenal against Freddy's Dead. Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But anyways, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, love it, moving on. The Dream Child 5, again, I do like some aspects of this movie, but it kind of fails it kind of fails a little bit. But I still like the movie. Freddy's makeup, it just starts getting worse and worse after the series. The first one, great. Second one, alright. Third one, fucking... How come they didn't keep that one? The fourth one, alright. This one was just like, what the fuck did it do to the makeup? I mean, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the fucking difference, guys. It's fucking pathetic. It really fucking is. But anyways, I still like the Dream Child. Well, I recommend it. To tell you the truth, I only recommend these four. And watch these on your own risk if you want to. And plus, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 is a sequel to this. So if you really want to finish the trilogy, this is it. This is really the trilogy of Nightmare on Elm Street. So again, moving on. Freddy's Dead has nothing to do with these, even though it's a sequel to these. But they don't mention these with this one, even though they kind of do-ish. They not really. They basically said all the kids in Springwood are all gone and the parents are depressed and they staying there. That's fucking pathetic in my opinion. Some parents moved, some parents stayed. They all stayed and they felt guilty about their kids dying. Maybe you should never kill a fucking child molester in the first place, you motherfuckers. Maybe you should have sent them to jail, but at the same time, the judge got fat and what? The lawyers got rich and the judge got fat or something? No, the lawyers got fat and the judge got famous. There. And Freddy was just free, just like that. There. Perfect. Thanks, guys. I would love to live in fucking Springwood. Fuck you guys. Oh, I can just imagine how the cops are there, too. Fuck. But anyways, you see more backstory on Freddy in this one. And when you watch this movie, you just want to have a Fred Krueger movie. Not a Freddy Krueger movie, but a Fred Krueger movie. You just want that. This movie just makes you want that movie. And this movie does not satisfy at the least. Robert Englund does really good what he does, obviously, but as the final chapter to Nightmare on Elm Street, it's really pretty pathetic. I still enjoyed it. It's just, you know? So again, moving on to New Nightmare. This is actually my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street of all time, to be honest. Most people might hate it. Most people might despise this movie. That's fine. That is totally fucking fine. But at the same time, I do have problems with this movie. Oh yeah, I do. Big problems. In the beginning, Freddy's all creepy and everything. We know who Freddy is. We know who he is. But this Freddy, this new Freddy is more evil, more demonic. He's not the Robert Englund Freddy. He's the evil Freddy that never got put away. And this is what he looks like. I love the glove. The glove looks nice in some aspects. There are some metal parts to it that you'd be like, scratch your head like, what? It looks cool, but at the same time it looks weird. But with the 5 knives, it just looks freaking epic, okay? With the 5 finger knives, how can you not go gone? You know? So I think that's really cool with the 5 finger knives. To me, they should have done that a long time ago. Why 4 fingers if you can just do 5? It's like, why do you want to like squeeze their eye out or something? It'd be fucking cool if you had 5 knives instead of 4. Come on, Freddy. Even this demon Freddy can do it, but you won't. Anyways, I like the robot one, but it shows this, which is through the whole movie. You really don't like it out as much as you like this one. But it's still alright nonetheless. They do a Hansel and Gretel thing. Most people don't like that. That dream aspect, I get it's a dream. But at the same time, it's like... The demon Freddy died of a stupid reason. He died like the witch from Hansel and Gretel. And it took a woman and a kid to do it. The demon Freddy's not all that smart, is it? But either way... It looks cool. The CD looks fucking epic. Look at that. How can you not want to watch this movie without looking at the CD? And this movie does pay a lot of reference to the first one. Screw Your Past. I just love this movie. The woman that plays Nancy in this movie, does more awesome in here than 1 and in 3, in my opinion. If you guys think differently, that's fine. Nancy, the woman that plays Nancy in 1 and 3, does awesome. Then when she comes back here, it's like a fresh take. It's like literally, I guarantee you there's some fans out there that will look at Nightmare on Elm Street 1, number 3 of Nightmare on Elm Street, and then this one as a trilogy because it has Nancy in it. And you know what? I don't blame them for that. If they say that it's a perfect trilogy and they ignore all the other ones, I'm perfectly fine with it. Because it's just a great trilogy between Freddy and Nancy. Freddy and Nancy are just this... You can't... It's the yin and yang. Nancy is Batman and Freddy is fucking Joker. That's it. You can't have one without the other. It's been proven with this fucking remake. I will talk about that in the remake and later. But, you know, moving on. I still like New Nightmare on Elm Street. If I was going to do a trilogy, I would watch 1, 3, and New Nightmare, and that's it. That's just me. That's my trilogy right there. But that's just me again. I do enjoy the other Freddy movies, but if I'm going to call it a trilogy, I'd rather just have those 3 movies than my personal opinion. Continue on. The sequel to Freddy's Dead, not New Nightmare, because it's more based on reality than it is on fiction. This one is more based on fiction than reality. This is more of a Freddy movie than anything, in my opinion, and a lot of people do agree. I love this fucking movie. I have to review it one day. I'm not going to talk more. I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I do have to say this movie pays homage to the old classic horror. And a lot of people might not like that because it's like, oh, you know, Dan's in a dress, lady in a bikini and all that. A lot of people don't like that. I do. Why? Because it's classic horror at its finest. Okay? It's classic all the fucking way. Fucking Frankenstein did it. Creature from the Black Lagoon did it. It's just... Every horror has done something like this. And it's not been recognized because it's too easy. It's really too easy to be like, oh, woman in a bikini getting captured from this big, giant, fucking brute guy that wants to kill everybody. Or a demonic person, or a boogeyman, or something, you know? This movie kind of pays homage to that. And the thing is, it still does its own thing. It's a Freddy and Krueger movie it's Freddy and Jason literally does their own thing and pays homage to what they actually done before, and then people still talk shit about it because it's like, oh, we waited that for so many years from Jason Goes to Hell, and that was a perfect movie too, wasn't it? And there was like this to that, you know, Freddy's Dead, Jason Goes to Hell, then this. It took a long time for this to come out. When it came out, people were psyched. Other people were disappointed, other people were fine. There was going to be a sequel to this movie. Never happened. Why? Because it probably didn't make enough money. And that's just maybe they made enough money, in my opinion. But I still fucking enjoyed it. I fucking love this movie. I will talk about more when I ever review it. Because I just can't do that right now, you know. But I like the cover for this movie. It looks fucking epic. It says what it needs to say. Freddy versus Jason. May I say more? I haven't watched this movie in a long time. I'll probably freaking review it when it comes to October. Why the fuck not? Crank that shit. Why? Again, why not? I enjoy this movie, so continue on. Let's go to the remake. The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. I have mixed emotions about it. I love it, yet I hate it. I hate it because the dream sequence are not that creative. Except for one scene. When the blonde chick is like, wake up, and then whoosh, that was cool. But other than that, that's it. You probably get another dream sequence with Quentin, I think, when he gets out of the water, he sees Freddy running, explaining what happened to Freddy, Freddy Krueger to become Freddy Krueger. That's nice, too. Again, every time I see this movie, or this movie, or even this movie, I fucking want a Fred Krueger movie. Not a Freddy Krueger movie, a Fred Krueger movie. And we're probably not even going to get it. But the thing is, I will talk about that soon, because there's a fan film out there that they made that's coming out in Indianapolis, Indiana, on November something, November 13th. I could be mistaken, but it's a prequel to the Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and it talks about how Freddy Krueger became Fred Krueger. It's gonna be in Indianapolis. It's gonna show in a whole huge live event and everything. It's gonna be great. I want to go this year. It's coming out this year, and it's not even a few months away, and I would just want to go. If I do go, I will make an announcement. If I don't go, then I probably won't make an announcement anyways, because you need money for that shit. You need money to go shit. Sorry. But the makeup here, what the fuck with the makeup? That's all I have to say. Jackie Earle Haley does alright. He's just not giving. He's just not given too much to work with. And that's sad, because he's a great actor. He is. I've seen him in great movies. He could be a good Freddy. It's just that not much to work with. And the cast, again, not much to work with. The dream sequence, not that creative. There was a lot of jump scares in this movie that you just be pissed. Because it's like, fuck you, jump scares. It's like, hey, what's up? It's like, that's a jump scare. Okay? Being scared was like, looking at you, be like, okay, that's creepy. Yeah, then you feel scared. A jump scare is like, hey, come out of nowhere and jump someone. You know, like, boo. That's not scary. It never fucking is. Stop doing that, movies. Anyways, I still enjoyed this movie. Most people had an argument because with the whole sexual thing, with him molesting children, I thought Freddy was like that a long time ago. He kills kids, and he's kind of sexual to them. So doing this is not sexual? He did it to a teenager when she was sleeping, and he sucked her face in. Wanna suck face? If that's not perverted or child molesting, then I don't know what the fuck is. When people watch this movie, oh, Freddy's not a child molester or anything, he's a child murderer. He is. He's both, you fucking degenerate motherfuckers. And that's why I wanted to do this fucking video. Because it's fucking true. From the beginning, from the very first one to the fucking remake, it's been happening. People, when they look at the remake, they're like, Freddy's not like that. And when you look at the first one, you'll be like, huh, Freddy is like that. So maybe you should not talk shit about him being perverted when he's more perverted in this one than he is in this one. Even though he took pictures. Yeah, that's more perverted than this Freddy right here, to be honest. But, sorry. A little rant there, but that's all I have to say. Tell me what you guys think about these movies. Do you love them? Do you hate them? What's your favorite Freddy movie of all time? And tell me what you guys think down below. And that's my little rant that I had off with these two movies. It's just, really? You complain about that, even though all of these movies from Freddy are kind of perverted in their own way? See ya.